sad.
Made me sad
Yeah,
that
and I'm
we're at
wondering
this
how you're
state in
coping
our
with that.
country,
Yes.
you know?
Right.
Seems like Oprah might need all those funds that she recently collected for no one but herself. That's right. Oprah Winfrey is currently under huge backlash and a solid investigation for the very horrific Maui fires. Yes, the same Maui that is very close to The Rock's heart.
And over the next couple of days, you may hear a lot of speculation in the press about why I am making this decision now. And that will mostly be conjecture.
While Oprah suggests she didn't have anything to do with any of it, there's counter-evidence that says otherwise. Let's take a look. Recently, the natives of Maui, spearheaded by The Rock, want the authorities to look into Winfrey with a clearer lens, with many claiming that she, along with other A-listers, have forced them out of their homes via the never-ending fires.
Of an island paradise, palm trees, sailboats, buildings, all up in flames. At least 1,000 structures burned down. Block after block, houses are burnt to a crisp.
Now, it may seem like a stretch there, but there's vivid evidence that has recently been made public. And you know what they say about facts? They never lie. For starters, in recent days, the name Oprah Winfrey has been trending across various social media platforms, and an intriguing narrative has been gathering popularity in these same platforms.
Sitting in that chair for 25 years.
It all started with a tweet by Matt Wallace that went viral, in which he claimed that Oprah had been making significant land purchases in Maui and that he had proof of this. According to Wallace, she purchased a 520-acre plot for $3.89 million and 330 acres for $2.47 million this year, in addition to other smaller 10-acre pieces in the previous year for a total of $100,000 apiece. It was also reported that due to these trades, her land holdings on Maui had increased from somewhere around 100 acres to over 1,000 acres in just a few short years. Of course, users of social media were fascinated by the strange coincidence that a recent fire had rushed over Maui, destroying homes in its path. But Oprah's properties had mysteriously remained untouched by the blaze. And yes, this was not the first time an occurrence of this like had taken place. In 2017, a terrible fire broke out close to Oprah Winfrey's Montecito mansion in California, although her property was unharmed in the blaze. Again. Weird coincidence, right? Curiously, during the current situation in Hawaii caused by wildfires, Oprah's CBS media team was denied admission to a shelter. On the other hand, an unknown person within the building was able to film footage of Oprah providing goods to people of Maui who had been displaced. Not to forget, Wallace's tweet brought attention to an allegation that residents of Maui had been fighting against selling their land to affluent elites. It was classified as prime real estate and was located near to luxurious mega-mansions in the region that was most severely impacted by the fires. Sadly, it has been stated that several residents were forcefully pushed into selling their land as a direct result of the terrible events, and a number of them died in the fire. Jeff Bezos, Lady Gaga, Bill Gates, Morgan Freeman, Will Smith, and Julia Roberts were among the famous celebrities named in Wallace's tweet as having purchased luxurious villas on the island of Maui. Also, somewhat bafflingly, none of these properties sustained any damage from the fires. As a result, the events that took place in Maui have given rise to a great number of hypotheses. Some people believe that the government may have been involved, while others assert that it may have been the work of those who are opposed to the growing number of tourists in Hawaii and who are more concerned with recovering land from wealthy people. Another argument suggests that this could be part of a larger trend of affluent people like Oprah purchasing land, similar to the land grabs that have been witnessed in other locations, such as Alberta. This isn't all. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Oprah Winfrey launched a relief fund to help aid local residents who were affected by wildfires that ravaged large sections of Maui, Hawaii, but people have hit back and asked why the celebrity duo couldn't donate more of their own millions instead of appealing to people with less money. Now, we know that the recent devastating wildfires in Maui have given rise to a series of unusual conspiracy theories circulating on social media platforms, ranging from allegations of land grabs by celebrities like Oprah Winfrey to claims involving space lasers and directed energy weapons. But what you don't know is that there are theories that involves images circulating on social media suggesting space lasers causing the destruction in Hawaiian cities, all by these A-listers from Hollywood. However, experts and fact-checkers have disproved these claims, indicating that the photographs in question really reflect unrelated activities, such as a controlled burn in Ohio and a SpaceX rocket launch from 2018. The idea that elites purposely caused the fires using lasers lacks convincing evidence, but it highlights the need for rigorous investigation by authorities. After all, these claims might be coming from somewhere. According to a user on Twitter, on that, obviously not. Charge him or drop it. They should subpoena the photography that depicts a space laser causing the Maui fire and do the due diligence to determine whose weaponry was used against the United States. Looks like an act of war. Additionally, a video circulating online depicts trees that survived amidst the fire's aftermath, leading to concerns that the fires were not of natural origin. Still, specialists note that certain trees can sustain wildfires due to thermal insulation given by their bark, dead leaves, or damp tissues. As Stu Peters put it out in the open on Twitter for his fans to know, as you can see from this CA video, directed energy weapons, DEWs, somehow only burn houses, buildings, and cars, but not trees. This is what happened in Maui. This was a targeted attack against innocent Hawaiians. Then again, the fires literally burned everything to the ground, even people with brains who could have tried escaping. So the question here is, why didn't the private property of Oprah didn't burn down or get affected by any of the disasters? And why did she so generously step in to donate to the victims all of a sudden? Is it her way of shifting the narrative away from here as far as possible? Meanwhile, there is a huge amount of people who are somewhat running a campaign over social media, claiming, why donate when you can give the land you stole back? You heard right. You see, Oprah Winfrey, an iconic figure in the world of media, was apparently turned away from the War Memorial Complex in Wailuku during the past weekend, which caused her to become the subject of numerous news stories. This facility is now operating as an essential emergency shelter for those who have been displaced as a result of the disastrous Maui fires, which have caused a great deal of devastation and suffering throughout the region. Of course, the loss of life and property caused by the fires on Maui has been nothing short of tragic. But the real devastation for the media queen was when she arrived at the War Memorial Complex with a CBS News crew in tow, and it causing a stir because of her presence there. She was promptly notified that the shelter did not allow any camera teams or journalists inside of the building. But is it that only Oprah is not allowed? Because there are so many other journalists who are updating about the disaster every minute of the day, right? The math isn't mathing there. Anyway, the astounding decision that the philanthropist, who is 69 years old, took was indicative of her compassion and genuine care for people who were impacted. Oprah made the decision to bring the television crew inside with her instead of staying outside with them. According to her, her entire objective was to interact with survivors and gain an understanding of the urgent need they faced. According to her team, she went on a personal shopping trip to places like Walmart and Costco to acquire necessary items, such as pillows, shampoo, and diapers, so that she could handle these requirements and meet the demands that were placed upon her. Outside of the shelter, Oprah engaged in conversation with people who had been affected by the disaster as well as volunteers, with the goal of providing solace and assistance to those who were dealing with the aftermath of the disaster.
Where Oprah handed out supplies.
I actually went to Walmart and Costco and
Got pillows?
shampoo,
Oh, wow.
diapers.
Though Oprah has come under fire for her charitable work, most notably because of a video she posted to Instagram in which she discussed her visit to a homeless shelter.
When you don't know what to do, you do whatever you can.
Despite her good intentions, she has been criticized for her actions. In the video, she pondered on the people she had met and announced her intention to give a sizable donation once the ash had fallen and plans for reconstruction had taken shape.
There is such an incredible spirit going on in this entire community, people helping other people.
The part-time Hawaii resident.
At the same time, she feels quite upset because of how people are taking her alleged generosity regarding her prompt action regarding the fire. According to her, it made me sad that we are at this state in our country. She continued expressing, So we thought, $10 million, we start off the fun, we'll do what Dolly did, get other people to give money, and then we'll put it directly into the people's bank accounts. I was so excited about it, and then I got up the next morning, and I saw all of this vitriol, and I was like, whoa, what happened here?
$10 million, we'll start off the fund, we'll do what Dolly did, get other people to give money, and then we'll put it directly into the people's bank accounts. I was so excited. I was so excited about it.
It's still a good idea.
And then I got up the next morning.
You still should be.
Yeah.
I was so excited. I got up the next morning and I saw all of this vitriol and I was like, whoa, what happened here?
Then again, people don't really care, right? Do you think this investigation is going to yield any results? Do let us know in the comments below. To catch us for more, simply hit the bell icon.